This is how I'm reading my essay. My hands is shaking and I can't control it. So he said, out of the blue, I wonder what happened to you in your childhood that made you so socially awkward.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Erica, actually known as Melanin.Darling. That is my Instagram name, so it should be across the screen somewhere over here, down here. Melanin.Darling. If you have an Instagram, go ahead and follow your girl. So I want to get quickly into the video. This video is pretty personal to me because it is something that I struggled with, and I know it may be many other people who also struggle with this. Being a nurse, it's like, how do you struggle with this and be a nurse when you know you have to communicate with so many different people, patients, family, doctors? So I'm talking about being socially awkward or dealing with social anxiety. Now, I had that really bad. A lot of people that I know now, they would not believe how socially awkward I used to be. I mean, I'm not even gonna say used to because I'm not completely over it, but I just know how to mask it and control it. Like, I bury it at times, you know? I like just push myself. So let me give you a little background about me. If you wanna skip forward, then you can, because this is gonna be about where little comments that was made throughout my life that made me realize that I have always been socially awkward. I've always had social anxiety. I have 5 other siblings. Now, when I was younger, I was the only one that would be like a loner. I would only play in the kitchen cabinets. I would close myself into the kitchen cabinets and I would just play with my dolls there. I didn't want to, you know, do all the running around. But of course, me living with family, and I got more acquainted with my in-house family, so of course, eventually they got the crazy side of me. They got to know the not so socially awkward Erica. My grandmother told me that she used to live with us. I did not say one word to her until I was about 5 years old. And she said it was she thought I was just strange because one day she came downstairs in the kitchen to get coffee, and I opened up my cabinet that I was hiding in, and I said, "Good morning, grandmother." And she said she jumped because she was so shocked, like, oh my gosh, this girl can talk. Like, she talking to me. And she said the words just as clear. So that's one of the things that showed that I was closed off socially. Another, in school, that was a very hard time to be dealing with being socially awkward or social anxiety, because when you would have to get in front of the class and read an essay to everybody in the class, do you know, as a person who deals with social anxiety, how those nerves just be all over the place? And people can see it, because if I don't have a podium in front of me, let me show you guys. If I don't have a podium in front of me, and I have to read an essay to the class, at least if I have the podium, I can hide myself with the podium and sit the paper on there and have my hands sturdy so that I can control my hands. But if I'm standing in front of the class like this, this is how I'm reading my essay. My hands is shaking and I can't control it. Like, at that time, I didn't know how to control my signs. I didn't know how to hide them. So my voice would be shaky and it would crack and my paper would be shaky. So in school, it was so hard to deal with that. Another, they say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine." Then I say, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing good." "Okay, how you doing?" That's what I'll say over. Because it's like, I used to be nervous of talking to people. A lot of people go through this for different reasons in their life. But I believe one of my reasons, I don't know where this came from, but I was so scared of being judged by other people that I would want to just stay to myself, don't talk, don't move. You won't do anything stupid to mess up. You won't be judged. So that's what made me so anxious about speaking to other people. I was fearful of being judged by other people. It was like I was holding them on a level up here and I was always holding myself down here. Like, you cannot look dumb in front of them, no matter who it was. There was one time in high school where I tried to get out of that. I tried out for Pom Pom Squad. And yo, it was so embarrassing because they gave us like a 7-count dance to do. and I went into auditions with 2 other girls and like 5 judges up there. I didn't get to the 3rd count, okay? I did a 1, 2, and I froze in the middle of the, but you know, I had to give myself credit for at least trying to fight my anxiety, you know? And that's when I knew that I was stronger than I thought. Like, I could fight this. Well, first of all, let's get into this. A lot of people say, why did you choose to still pursue nursing knowing that the amount of communication you have to do is insane? And you know that you're not socially inviting, you're not comfortable with conversations. Because I am very strong and I push myself through things. No matter how difficult they is or how hard it is, I make myself do it. And that's one thing that I believe saved me. So when I first became a nurse, it was hard. I would still have those moments of shaking, you know, when I'm trying to explain something to a doctor, or I'm trying to give a report to the next nurse, or I'm talking to a patient. I still had those anxiety issues going on, and they could tell. But I believe being a nurse forced me out of that, because once you do something so much and it becomes repetitive, you have no choice but to get used to it. So the more I started working with CNAs, doctors, nurses, you know, we had to all communicate, the easier it became. It made me more comfortable with talking to other people. And then not only that, I believe what really helped me was me working on my mental, me working on loving myself. Now you may ask, what does loving yourself have to do with it? Because I felt like, why am I so nervous to be around other people? Why am I so shy? Why am I worried about messing up or saying something wrong around other people, as if I'm holding them all the way up here and I'm saying that I'm nothing, so I have to be perfect no matter who I'm around. Like, I don't want them to know. I don't want to say anything stupid. So that, I had to really dig deep. I started meditating. Now this is what helped me. I'm not saying that this will help you too. This is just what helped me. I started meditating. I started reading more. I started loving on myself more. I started giving myself pep talks, motivating talks. I started to really build my self-esteem. Okay, I said, Erica, you have to do this. And as being a nurse, you have to be confident when you talk to a patient. Because if you're not expressing, if you're not showing that you know what you're doing, and you're looking all nervous and shy, the patient is, they're not going to trust you with their lives. They're going to think like, oh my gosh, she don't know what she's doing. Oh, you think you about to put that IV in me and you shaking? No. So I just had to force myself, y'all. It was hard, but I just had to push past, because it's really a mental thing for me. I had to push past that mental block. I had to just push it out the way. And I had to say, you know what? You're not going to be scared of anything. You are going to do whatever it is that you have to do and whatever you want to do. So that's, you know, that's what helped me. I gave myself the self-care that I needed to succeed in this field. And this field helped me at the same time because it forced me to communicate with other people. So the more I did it, the more effective I became at it. You know, my words started flowing fluently, because when I used to have to stand up and report, when we're all giving a report, I used to have to get up in front of the doctor, the social worker, the pastor, the other nurses, and we will have to all, you know, talk about what's going on in our assignments. That was so nerve-wracking for me at first. Like, I didn't want to do it at first, but because it's my job, it's a part of my job, I have to do it. So at first I would be shaky, but I started like finding ways to control my anxiety, to control my signs, to hide them. I would like sit my hands on the counter real stern, have the paper there, and I would look down at the paper while I'm giving a report. So no one could tell. So I just started finding ways to hide it. And then the more comfortable I got with working in a certain setting with certain people, it kind of went out the window. But there are some times where it will still sneak back up on me, because if you're hiding something, you may not even realize when signs are showing. So I was working with a nurse one day, and I was working on a hospice inpatient unit. Let me get a sip of coffee. and he was called over to my unit, and we were working together, and he was talking to me about politics. And I didn't really know him like that, and for some reason my social anxiety came back without me even realizing. I guess he noticed that I wasn't looking him in the eye, and I just probably was just giving some kind of signs that showing like, oh, I'm awkward. So he said out of the blue, I wonder what happened to you in your childhood that made you so socially awkward. And I said, you know, say what? You? Oh, really? So that just made me realize that sometimes it peeks back through. I just learned to control it, to control my signs, because that's part of me pushing myself to do the hardest thing for me. No matter what it is, I always push myself. So once he said that, that actually made me more comfortable. I started talking to him about being socially awkward and, you know, social anxiety, and then we started back talking about politics. I just got more comfortable in that conversation. But I just said that to let you guys know that just because I learned to control my signs, and I'm a work in progress. I'm still working on completely getting rid of social anxiety. You know, I mean, it's hard dealing with it. It will hold you back in your life. That's why I say it's good to really talk to yourself. Give yourself these motivating talks. Really talk positive and good into yourself. Speak kind about yourself. Really start boosting yourself up. Start carrying yourself a certain way, and you will become it. Okay, start just being confident. When you walk into this space, own it. Own wherever you are. Own your title. Own you. Don't worry about being perfect, because nobody is perfect. It doesn't matter if you say something dumb. Like, even when I have to meet with providers nowadays, especially if it's a new provider I have to meet with, I might be anxious when I'm thinking about it or going in there. But when I walk through the door, I have to say, Erica, you have to get it together, because you're working with them. They have to be confident in you, you know? And it's just like, I used to be like, oh my gosh. When I leave a meeting, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I said this. Let me call them and tell them I meant this. Or, oh my gosh, I hope I didn't say anything stupid or dumb. Oh my gosh, they think I'm dumb. No, I don't do that anymore. Not anymore. I'm working on me. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do the best that I can. And it's okay to not be perfect. Nobody is perfect. You just have to fight it. I don't know where the anxiety comes from, but I've always suffered from this. I mean, I remember my mother saying that she felt like her worrying about what other people think of her, or being, you know, or dealing with anxiety, it was like it held her back from things she wanted to do, like joining the choir. And I believe when she said that one day, that really clicked in my head that you gotta push yourself. No matter how hard it may feel, you have to push yourself. So I didn't come on here to give you guys tips of what will change your social anxiety, because everybody is different. I just wanted to give you guys my story of what helped me, and why do I feel that I pursued nursing knowing that I suffered from social anxiety. How has it helped me or has not helped me? I believe nursing has helped me. It forced me to have to talk to people, you know? It's my job, I have to do it. I have to make my patients feel safe and feel like they're in good hands. So whatever fears I have about looking dumb or speaking in front of people, or, you know, I have to let it go. I gotta push it to the side. I gotta put on my big girl panties and do what I gotta do. So thank you guys for watching. I just want to say I am so proud of my 369, is it 69? 369 subscribers. I'm just so proud. Like, we are growing, you guys. I appreciate you guys. I know to a lot it may not be much, but to me it is everything. You guys are everything, okay? I appreciate you, and you. So let's continue to grow together. When I started back posting on this channel 3 weeks ago, I was at 321. So it's, you know, it's exciting to see that the numbers are going up. People are tuning in to your girl. You guys are rocking with me, and I appreciate that because I rock with you. So if you want to see any other videos, you have video suggestions, please comment down below. Like this video, share it, subscribe, and be a part of the Day One team. Okay?